All right, so really tragic news breaking just a few moments ago that former Johannesburg Mayor and ANC caucus leader in Johannesburg, Mpho Moerane, succumbed to his injuries sustained in a car accident last week and died just before 6 o'clock this evening. Our reporter Linda Kulu was at that media briefing and he's at the Milpark Hospital in Johannesburg. Joining us now, Linda, this is such incredibly tragic news, a very somber gathering that we watched as the news was broken. Tell us what you know about just how things went so badly wrong for Mpho Moerane, because there was such hope that he would rally, wasn't there?
There was such hope, as you say, Sally, in terms of him recovering. But in terms of what exactly happened, last week we got a call that Mpho Moerane was in hospital. And in catching up with the regional office, the spokesperson, Obabu Sasa, just to get a sense of what was happening, he explained to us that Mpho Moerane was involved in a car accident. He, in fact, was driving towards Sunning Hill when his car actually had an interaction with a rock, what we understand. There wasn't a clear explanation, but we understand that it had then rolled over for about 3 times as he lost control, and that was when he was hospitalized. But there were hopes that he would then, emerge out of this much stronger than he was before. Those were some of the words that we were getting from his comrades, both on and off the record, just telling us about the type of person that he is. They believed that he was a fighter, but unfortunately today we have been told by the family just a few minutes ago that Mpho Moerane has since succumbed to the injuries he sustained on that particular accident. What I can also tell you is that we have been here a number of times since we found out that he was hospitalized here. Throughout the week, we've been interacting with the family through the spokesperson, that is Mike Maile, who is the one actually that broke the news of the passing of his friend, who he says they were friends for about 30 years or so old, in terms of their friendship. So he's speaking about the fact that the family of Moerane, including his wife and children, were besides him throughout this time. They were camping here in and out. He himself told me when I arrived at this hospital that he was just, he's very tired, he's been here all the time, but he says that he cannot, like the family, leave his side. But unfortunately, all of those hopes, all of that dispelling of these rumors that Mpho Moerane had passed away before the family confirmed, it's finally come to this where they are announcing that he has since succumbed to the injuries he sustained on that car accident. I should just quickly note as well that they were not opened in terms of what were some of those injuries. What they told us during the week was that specialists had been brought in to actually deal with some of the injuries he sustained, but unfortunately he's passed away now.
And can you confirm he leaves behind his wife, and is it 4 children?
His wife, 4 children, his mother, as well as siblings. Those are some of the announcements that we had here. Those are some of the people he's leaving behind. But I can tell you that it's much more than that, because Mpho Moerane, we are told, was a philanthropist. He was a person who was helping the community. One of the words, if I can quote or at least paraphrase from Mike Maile, who was announcing the death of Mpho Moerane, was saying that he was a philanthropist and there was a lot of people that benefited from him just being there. And he says that many people will go without food now. Many people will, in fact, not be able to further their studies because of the type of support that he was providing to the family. But more so, you are thinking about the colleagues and comrades from the ranks of the ANC, particularly in the region of Johannesburg. Those are some of the people that will be left at a loss in terms of his political campaigning towards the regional conference that was expected to sit on the 28th, 29th of this month. We are told that his campaign was well underway, and there were many people lobbying and calling his name for him to become the chairperson of the ANC in the region of Johannesburg. But unfortunately, all of those people today are at a loss as his death is now announced. We are told that in terms of the arrangement, it is still early. It's just been a couple of minutes, if not an hour, since his passing. So there's still a lot of planning to be done. And the family, as well as the African National Congress in the region of Johannesburg, as well as, in fact, in the national office, because we've seen a lot of them, including the Treasury General of the ANC, Paul Mashatile, visiting him here. So we are expecting that we'll be receiving a lot of communication about the arrangements. But more than anything, many people are at a loss today, we are told, with the death of the former mayor of the city of Johannesburg, Mpho Moerane.
And what a tragic time for his family. Mpho Moerane dying after a week or so in hospital. Linda Kuhle-Qulu, thank you so much. And of course, for the ANC in Johannesburg, a series of terrible losses in less than a year. Jeff Makubo, the mayor at the time, dying of COVID in July last year. Jolidi Matongo, who took over, dying in September of the same year in a car accident. Mpho Moerane, of course, took over just for a month or so before the local government elections, but still remained a very prominent member of the ANC in Johannesburg, caucus leader in the region, succumbing to his injuries. An absolutely tragic story that we have to bring you tonight.